Jungle Lord, part 5. So here we are today, got the playfield out, and I am going to strip the playfield of its components, work to flatten these plastics, maybe replace some of the broken ones as necessary, but the plastics overall are pretty nice. Not like connoisseur nice, but pretty nice. So I'm gonna work with these plastics a little bit and try to flatten these because they are warped. And that's no reason, I think, for a new plastic set if I can flatten those. So I'm gonna work on that. I'll come back later with that particular part. But for sure, the playfield itself is damaged and it's old and it's doing good for 1981, no doubt. This awesome Jungle Lord game, but it's uneven. It interferes with the gameplay, the way the ball flows. So fortunately, there are options. I looked at new playfields, and yeah, they are available for some machines. I didn't find any for Jungle Lord, but I found a product by Outside Edge called the Hardtop 2.0, and I'm gonna strip this playfield off its components. I'm gonna sand it down and put the hardtop on. So hopefully that'll breathe new life into my Jungle Lord. I'm sure it will. So I'll just check in from time to time with you so you can see the process. I've watched quite a few great YouTube videos on this process, and it looks like a good, relatively easy and inexpensive solution to restoring the look, but even more importantly, the playfield wear and tear, because you know these insert areas are kind of uneven with the playfield, and the playfield itself is uneven. So with the ball, where it's worn here, all this is bare wood. This isn't art. There's uneven surfaces, and if the ball is rolling kind of slow here, well, it changes the trajectory of the ball here and there. So that's not fun. And I'm going to fix all that with the new hardtop. The hardtop is a different thickness. It is a 30 thousandths to 30 seconds of an inch thick, so there will be some unevenness. There's a little bit of unevenness now, and where the playfield's down below, with 30 thousandths, it's going to be up above. So I'll look at strategies of mitigating that to ultimately make it even. The ramp here is there's a little bit of a step which adds friction if the ball's going up from the flippers. So I may look at a solution of maybe putting an intermediate piece of metal just to make it smoother. I did get another right ramp, and maybe I'll either manipulate that metal itself or put, by way of gluing or welding, a transition there to where it basically smooths this path. Because what I see in playing this game, and I've played it quite a bit, I love this game, is when I hit the ball with this rack, don't think I can, I can't do a backhand flip, but I can hit the ball with this flipper up. Let me get my finger up, and then it goes up the ramp and it loses energy right about here and comes back down. If I could make this a little bit more of a even transition, possibly I could make more of those shots easier, but we'll see. As far as the game mechs itself, I have trouble with that middle drop target as maybe described in past videos, so I'm gonna look to put in new sleeves. While I'm down there, I got a new sleeve. I also have a new solenoid in case that's it. As far as the the out hole switch, I did get a new switch in there, and I got it adjusted, and it hasn't been acting up. So it looks like that problem is solved. So yeah, that's it for this part. I'm going to start to depopulate and arrange the parts in baggies. I'll check back with you again once it is stripped off and I begin the sanding. For my sanding process, I'm going to step up from coarse to fine grits, show you what I have planned for now. Here's my sander. So I'm gonna start with 100, and then I've got, let's see, 120, I guess, 180, 240, 320, 400, 800. And then that's gonna be it for the entire playfield. Hopefully it'll be nice and flat and smooth. I'm sure it will be. And then I'm going to do the inserts with 1000, step to 1500, and then 2000. And then finally, I'm gonna take a Dremel tool, which mine adjusts a couple different speeds. I think it adjusts up to 25,000 RPM. So, where's my Novus? This is how, you can see how, unorganized I am. So here's my Novus 2. I do have Novus 1 and 3. It came in the kit. So I'll probably use this for my inserts. So once I get to the 2000 grit on the insert, and I'll be removing that art, the 20, the numbers, the 30 there. There's Jungle Lord. Then I'll be switching over to Novus number 2 on all these inserts. I don't know if I'm going to clear or not. I may not. I'm definitely going to put clear on the shooter lane. I don't know if I'm going to put clear here or not. I haven't decided that yet. But I will go back with new rubbers. I've got some new decals for the drop targets. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, sign off for now, and I'll come back after I have the playfield depopulated. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the flippity floppity. So I've got the playfield now sanded, started at 100 and then went to 120, 180, 240, 320, 400, and then 800. And then for the inserts only, I went from 1,000, started at 1,000 by hand, 1,500, 2,000, and then finally Novus 2. Cleaned it with compressed air, especially on the underside, and then some mineral spirits, and yeah, it indexed pretty well, I think. It's lined up to where I don't need to really paint black around the holes. I'll show. If the indexing or hole alignment from the hardtop to the playfield was a little off here and there, I would be glad to paint black around the holes with black acrylic paint, as many people rightfully do. But in this case, lining up the holes down here at the bottom and then elsewhere towards the top doesn't show me any trouble. Now, with these lamp posts where the bayonet style lamps go in, yeah, there's not complete alignment there, but as far as the playfield itself, you know, shifting everything one way and then getting in a position, the alignment is very good. So I guess I got lucky with a good hardtop for that. So what I'm going to do now is secure it on this end and then bring this up and attach it, and then go and start the same process on the upper playfield. So thanks for joining me on this journey. Stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you on the flip side. All right, folks, so I think I've uncovered what's wrong with my 5-bank drop target, center target. Upon removal, you know, and the drop bank was here, but upon removal, I see that this end of stop has broken. So if I get another one of those, there's 4 others, so if I had to, I could get one made, but now the hunt is to find, and it wasn't like that, I just took the screw out just now, but wanted to stop and update that, yes, I do now understand why the middle drop target was broken, because that's broken. So now the hunt is to get another one, if I have to, make another one of those to get the one of the coolest aspects of Jungle Lord made, and that is the double trouble. Double trouble. So I'm still gonna continue on with the sanding this down today and getting the hardtop, which is over here, getting this beautiful new hardtop on. But I have solved the mystery as to why the middle drop target, and it would work sometimes, by the way. It just was kind of random. I was suspecting the coil, or maybe the coil sleeve even. Looking at the plunger in very closely, it doesn't really look mushroomed that my calibrated eye can see. So yeah, it's that. It's the end of stroke stop. So get one of those, get it back in, and get everything together. And I do have the Jungle Lord lower playfield on, as shown earlier, and it is absolutely gorgeous. More importantly than the aesthetics, it's flat. And before, when it was like, you can see the ceiling fan going, you see it's so shiny. Outside Edge did a really nice job with the alignment of the holes. I got lucky with the indexing. I didn't have to paint any black or anything like that. There are some perimeter holes that are slightly misaligned, but I mean, that's a nitpick. I'll sort that once I get everything put back together. So yeah, this is a beautiful project, and it allowed me to, most importantly, restore the performance. The playfield ball will roll according to gravity, not according to, you know, the little local undulations on the playfield that, you know, was happening during gameplay, which is not cool. So yeah, there we go. And real soon, I'll get new LED lights put in under the playfield and in the back glass. I'm gonna leave on top of the playfield of the lights that are visible, the incandescent. You know, I'm using number 47s. I think 44s came in the game originally. There's other cosmetic things I like to do, like getting these reproduced, these inserts and fuse diagrams and other placards and so forth. Same way with the apron placards, same way with the coin door. The coin door has been not in service for some time, and just for kicks, I'd like to get that working again and get the original. I think it was originally quarters on the outside and then dollars on the middle, because it fell in the era of the Susan B. Anthony coin, and it would have just read, I think, in a different color, like orange dollars, where this would have been quarters. So I'd like to get that back. And also, while I'm at it, with everything all tore apart, do some ultrasonic cleaning on the various parts. And I've got some switches there. I'm gonna get some more, because when I tore this thing apart, you know, you can see these parts everywhere. These parts are dirty and kind of grimy, and what's above the playfield, I definitely want to ultrasound clean the posts and this and that. Underneath, I'm just gonna give it a good old-fashioned cleaning. But that will conclude this portion of it, where I just wanted to update with that switch. And I'll check in with you after I get the upper playfield sanded, get this original beautiful art sanded off, and get the new Outside Edge Hardtop stuck on. Thanks. So I was just about to sand off the original playfield artwork, and I realized, man, is that Mylar? And sure enough, yeah, it's peeling up a little bit. And yeah, and that near that outhole kicker, there is a little bit of, or that kicker right there. There's two kickers in the upper playfield, not kickers. I'm sorry, outholes, kick out holes. My bad. There's two in the upper playfield, and each of them activate this bagatelle game within a game that allows multi-ball if all the letters are spelled. And by the way, this is the main way to get them, but there's another way of getting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Also, there's the 1, and then the rest are in the lower playfield. There's a way of getting spotted a letter, at least one letter of the Lord, to get the multi-ball. Anyway, back to the Mylar. Yeah, so I'm gonna heat this up with a heat gun and peel this off. I've watched enough videos on the hardtop installation process to know that If you try to sand this, you are wasting your time. And so I'm gonna get this off. I haven't peeled Mylar off. I've never owned a pinball machine. All this is new to me, so don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm gonna heat this up a little bit. Hopefully it won't peel off without too much trouble. I mean, even if there is trouble, so what? It's all getting sanded off anyway. So let's see how easily the Mylar may come off. Ooh, that's pretty easy. A little more heat on it. And yeah, I do see there is some paint peeling up. So had I have done this with the hope of restoring the paint underneath the Mylar, I would have been in a world of hurt. But no, that's not the case at all here, because I am sanding all this original beautiful artwork off and replacing it with the, yeah, see, there's that artwork that I would have taken off. Probably I could have done better if I would have heated up more, I guess, but there's only so much heating up you can do. So yeah, just one last look. Say goodbye to this original, beautiful, beautiful Jungle Lord artwork. I love how, like, there's like a, what do you call these, minarets? Like a Middle Eastern thing here. I don't know how many jungles there are in the Middle East. Maybe North Africa, maybe Sub-Saharan Africa, I don't know. Well, does anyone know where Jungle Lord, where exactly the Jungle Lord theme resides? Is it Africa, continent, South Asia, Southeast Asia, Papua New Guinea, South America? Leave in the comments below. I want to know this. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my same sequence. I'm gonna start at the 120 or something, and then go to 180, then to 240, 320, 400, 800, and then on the inserts here, I'm gonna start at start at 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and then finish off with my good old product Novus number 2. And I do have Novus number 3. I did have to use this a little bit on one of the inserts on the lower playfield, but hopefully I won't on the upper. And that'll be my final step. And then I'm gonna put the Outside Edge Hardtop product on. So fun times today. And by the way, update. I did score a mousing around. So you want to mouse around on pin side. So I won't be able to get it anytime soon. It's going to be held by my good friend Dan, and he'll be mousing around while I finish this up. But by the end of the year, we're going to swap. I'm going to bring up this and swap it out with him, so he's got something to flip while he does his pinball shopping, and I'm going to veer towards mousing around after I finish up this awesome Jungle Lord. But stay tuned, because part 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that, I'm going to have a custom topper, and also one of those mini parts, I'm going to have a custom multi-ball show where there's going to be LED lights. I'm going to put in the what is it called, Penenciator, which is like a card that allows different effects, lights, sounds, etc. I may put a Raspberry Pi in if the Penenciator doesn't get it, because I want different multi-ball shows. Right now I've got the game set to a multi-ball of 60 seconds. So my working idea is to time a multi-ball show for that same 60-second duration, but different themes. I'm thinking of having like different jungle chant themes, like maybe a New Zealand haka one for 60 seconds, and then maybe a Northern Australia, Northern Territory, like Aboriginal. You know, there will be a lot of liberties taken for sure, but you know, have maybe like a jungle tribal chant thing going from them. Also maybe Southeast Asia, Papua New Guinea, and then also maybe several places in Africa, and then finally the jungles of South America, Caribbean, I don't know. We'll see. Lots of possibilities there. Stay tuned. Thanks.
observation, my indexing, I guess I lucked out again. I am good on everything where I would be of greatest concern as far as showing bare wood underneath where it overlaps according to the holes. Everything is lining up really beautifully. I'll show you what I mean here. Let's go in together and have a look. So, can you see that? Yeah, everything is lining up nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in right there and apply it. Right there, we are looking good. Razor blade, find it.
Last minute insanity check here. This is small enough. I think I'm just going to do it in one shot. If it wasn't for this, it would be hardtop, or sorry, playfield replacement, which is a lot of work. And as far as I know, and believe me, I've looked, those are not to be found on jungle lords. They're not easily found these days. I mean, if you hunt hard enough and long enough, you'd surely find it, find anything, but I couldn't locate a playfield replacement. And that would mean changing everything out under there. Also, ugh. I'm sure that's fun. Here we go. I had it pulled down against the tape, so let me continue on like that. Lord letters are lining up, lanes are lining up, holes are lining up. Everything is lining up nicely. We're down. Now, as I said, I think I said, during the lower playfield area, there are some small holes here and there that will need to be touched up just a little bit, as to be expected. You get my adhesive here. Dagnammit. Got it there, got it there. Right there, yes! I'll be beating the tiger now. All right, so that concludes this portion. I'll go ahead and start the process of reassembly, but along that, along the way, with the reassembly, I'm going to ultrasonically clean the parts that are above the playfield, get new rubbers on, and any other incidental switches or screws or whatever it may need along the way. I'm sure it's going to need some adjustments and this and that, but yeah, that will conclude this part for the hardtop. That's the upper playfield there. Looks awesome, and we will start to get all the parts cleaned up, get the playfield repopulated, and back in Jungle Lord. And along the way, I got some LEDs here and some more switches. I got both combination, jeez,
3-lug and 4-lug switches, so I'll probably get some more. I've got 6 there. Also, I had an issue with my end stop. That part there, this is integral. You can use later ones, and in the future I'll do that, like later, the next generation, where this part, the end stop, is not integral to the plate. But in an earlier video I mentioned that mine was busted and I JB welded it. Well, I got a new plate to fix that. That's the right side flipper. Also got some 4-element LEDs, orange, for beneath the playfield. I've got some white, got some soft white, and these LED bulbs are gonna go here and anywhere on the playfield where you can see the lights, like up above here. There's quite a few light locations evidenced by these round holes here. You can see the bayonet style lamp socket there. I'm gonna go back with the incandescents. I'm not gonna use the factory original 44s. I'm gonna do like most Mini do and use the number 47s, slightly dimmer, lower voltage. But on the underneath the playfield, 100% LEDs. In the back glass, these domed LEDs. And I got some new flippers. And while I'm at it, putting the buttons. And while I'm putting the new buttons in, I'm trying to polish this chrome a little. I'll try to polish the leg chrome too, but they're pretty nasty. Siri was messing with me. If I get the corrosion off, wonderful. I will do that. If the rust is stubborn, won't come off, I guess I'll get some new legs on there, but legs on old Jungle Lord are pretty rusty. So yeah, that concludes now. Next time, I'll be back with a playfield populator and LEDs, and we'll get into maybe put in a new power board, or at least test the power board, make sure all the caps, if all the caps are testing good, I may just hold off on replacement, no need if it's still working fine. But I may give the pin plugs, especially on the ends, a refresh. You know, the pins on the playfield, like these ones on the end, tend to go bad over time. So I'm gonna give this board some love here, and if need be, replace it. Since my buddy Dan's gonna have this machine for some time, I might go ahead and swap the board so it's a little more quote unquote bulletproof for him. But yeah, I'll get it ready for taking it up to him, swapping out for a mousing around that he's picking up in that part of the country. And we'll catch you then. Thanks so much for joining me in this latest adventure of restoring Jungle Lord. Man, what a cool game. It's gonna play so great. I'm looking forward to playing it, getting it all back together, but I'm not gonna rush it. I wanna clean these parts and make that top side look really good. One thing I will plan to do, is these plastics are in pretty good shape. I mean, for a connoisseur, being like, yeah, you're not good. But for me, you know, the color's there. Some of them are a little bit chipped, but not like terrible. And the only real criticism is they're warped, you know, from heat or time, whatever. So I'm gonna flatten those out. I'm gonna do what I've seen another person do in a video, and that's heat it up with a heat gun. Flatten it with a piece of glass kind of iteratively. If you've ever bent PVC or anything like that, CPVC with heat, similar thing, you know, you gotta go real gentle with the heat. But with a little bit of heat, enough but not too much, and another piece of glass held with a suction cup, I'm gonna put pressure down and flatten those out before I put those back in. And then also, I guess finally, you know, I've got a set of rubbers in my toolbox. Yep, I got a set of rubbers here. Got some new posts, so I'm gonna put that in, new decals. So we will see you then. Thanks.